Sorry, let's start this again. Hendo, how are you?
What's going on, mate?
Oh, man. What do we do about this AI thing? You want me to kick him out again? You kicked him out last time, didn't you?
No, I didn't kick it out, but
Oh, you didn't
let's
kick it out?
just. Does it attend all of your meetings? It's kind of weird.
No, I don't know. I don't really have that many meetings.
How did it know we were here?
I don't know, dude. I can't kick it out.
Do you want me to kick it out?
Yeah, kick it out. Kick it out.
What the fuck is it doing here then?
I have no idea.
Is it something that let's leave it here. Let's see what happens.
Okay. Oh, man. So you're still in Adelaide?
I am in Adelaide. Yeah, I fly back tonight. Just did 2 days of judging at the Royal Adelaide Beer and Cider Awards. And yeah, it was pretty good, actually. The beers are pretty good. They didn't make us do like a lot of beers per day. I was only doing about 40, 45 beers in a day. But the difference with the Royal Adelaide Beer and Cider Awards judging is it's strictly one beer at a time. One beer, judge it, talk about it, score it, then you get your next beer. Like whereas at the ARBAs, you can do, a few, half a dozen, whatever. Or if you're like Brendan Varys back in the day from Feral, he used to get like a dozen IPAs all lined up and he just fucking smash them out like that. It was amazing to watch. But yeah, so none of that.
That's interesting. So you can't compare the beers, basically. I mean, you can compare them, but you have to kind of remember.
That's not your job as a judge.
No,
to compare them. That's actually a bit of a no-no. Actually, is comparing beers against each other because they're there on their own merit and they have to be assessed on their own merit.
So how does it change the outcome? Not having them both at the same time,
as in judging one beer at a time.
Yeah.
I think there's some pros and there's some cons about it, because the pros is that you're just dedicated to that one beer, and you always give the beer that you're judging your full attention, but it's just like the conversation is just about that beer. And then you go and move on to the next one. I guess the downside in it is it's very slow.
Yeah.
And not particularly efficient. And it probably would be a little bit easier on the stewards out the back as well by doing one at a time, because there's, if you tell a steward to bring 6 beers out and there's 5 judges on a panel, right? That's 30 glasses of beer that need to be put together, and takes a bit of time, and it puts a lot of stress on the steward teams and stuff like that. But
so is that normally how it works? You ask them what to bring you as opposed to them bringing you?
Correct. Yes. Yeah. But it's not it's a symbiotic relationship between judges and stewards, right? Because you're not there to tell the stewards what to do. They're not below you. The judging can't happen without both of you acting as equals, right? Yeah. And so it's a team effort, and so you have to basically be working together. And so sometimes that means that you're coordinating what beers are coming out and when, and usually the order is set, but yeah, that's basically how it goes. So yeah.
So with the normal method, if while you're not comparing beers, let's say you had 3 beers in the same category and you're onto the third one, would the conversation ever send you back to the first one and you go back to the first one and try it and rethink what score you gave it?
No, never.
No. Okay.
Never.
So it's just an efficiency thing, really.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So it really is an efficiency thing. That's a big faux pas to do anything where you're comparing one beer to another beer in a flight. It's just the only time where something like that would come up for consideration is in trophy rounds, which is that's what you actually do in trophy rounds, because you've got all of the gold medal winning beers, of a particular style class, and then you're comparing them to each other. Yeah. And because your job is to rank them, but all those beers have already won their gold medal, right? So they're going to be good because they've already got a gold medal. It's just which has got that X factor to sort of get it to land the trophy and that sort of thing. So
at that point, what do you get shown? You get shown. Do you know it's a beer that you gave a gold medal? You don't know that, do you? You just know that it's a gold medal winning beer, and you know the category.
Correct. Yeah,
yeah,
that's right. It's pretty good. Hey, you know what else I did that was really interesting during judging?
No.
I brought some AI into judging.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How?
Because one of the things that's really that is a constant source of a need for improvement is the brewers' feedback, the judges' notes to give the brewers feedback about their beer, right?
Yeah.
Now you've read a lot of judges' feedback over the years and that sort of thing. How do you find it?
Oh, it's hit and miss, but it's useful.
Yeah, it's useful, but it's really difficult to interpret, right?
Yeah.
And so it's really interesting. So the Royal Adelaide Beer and Cider Awards actually uses the same software stack for judging and scoring and everything as the Royal Queensland Show. It's RNA's software, and they just license it, right? And so so I've used that system before, right? And so one of the really interesting things about it is when you're on the judging screen, when the panel is talking about the beer and giving their panel score, you actually can see all of the judge notes that all of the individual judges have made, right?
Right.
And what you can do is you can click a particular judge's thing, and that pops up into the field above, and that becomes the feedback that goes back to the brewer, right?
What have you got there? A tablet or something? Or
I had my laptop yesterday, but I used my tablet.
Yeah,
that was fine. And so I went, you know what? I wonder if we can actually get ChatGPT to write meaningful feedback. And so I pulled up a ChatGPT window. Nobody, I'm going to prefix this, so nobody got a ChatGPT brewer's feedback, but I just did it as a little experiment. And so what I did is I just copied all of the judges' feedback, and I said to ChatGPT, I said, I'm currently judging at a beer competition according to Brewers Association style guidelines. Can you help me to collate the feedback from different judges and give some meaningful judge feedback for the entrants? And this goes, yeah, sure, I can help you with that. No worries. And I said, right, I'm currently judging American style IPA, and we're using the Brewers Association style guidelines. And it goes, yep, cool. I'm all right, no worries. And I just copy pasted in the judge feedback, and it came back with like full on like meaningful feedback. In fact,
really,
I'll see if I can bring it up. I'm not going to. I can do this without sort of talking about a specific beer.
Yeah.
Right? But judges, you know, they write things very, straight up sort of thing, and
so
they
just to clarify, when you're judging, the judges are writing those comments for themselves, and then at the end, someone writes a coherent statement that the brewery sees.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And it's really just in that early stage when you're doing your own sort of self-reflection. It's just about making notes of what you observed and all that sort of thing, right? Yeah. So basically, I copy pasted a whole bunch of stuff in what have we got here? American, I won't say the style. In fact, I haven't revealed the style. That's fine. And so basically, I copy pasted all of this stuff in, and it basically said this such and such style of beer received very varied feedback from the judges. The appearance ranged from slightly hazy to copper colored with varying levels of foam retention. Aromas included notes of dustiness, cheese, dry hop, lupulin, onion, garlic, diesel, resin, and grassy hops. Flavors ranged from citrusy and jammy to marmalade-like, with some judges noting a slight sweetness from higher alcohols. Bitterness levels were varied, with some judges suggesting it could be a higher and more balanced with the sweetness. Some judges mentioned a thin mouthfeel and a slightly dry or minerally finish that may not be appropriate for the style. Overall, the beer was generally considered good, but could benefit from minor formulation adjustments to enhance hop aroma, bitterness, and balance.
That's insane.
That was ChatGPT. That's
GPT-3
crazy as well.
How accurate was that in terms of an overall assessment?
Like the first one I did, and I was just like, this is going to be shit. You know, it's not going to do much. I was doing a different style, and I did the first one, and I said, yeah, just give me feedback in 50 words or less, and it just came back, and I just went, holy shit, that's really meaningful stuff, you know.
Wow.
And then I just kept copy pasting judge notes in, and it was phenomenal.
That's
absolutely
crazy.
Phenomenal. Right.
My mate that I do the other Yarn Solo podcast with, Jared, he builds apps for teachers, and he's just built a whole lot of little tools and stuff mainly for PE teachers. But he built one little thing, which is just an interface with ChatGPT, and you put in a few words about the student. You kind of say, this student is, generally a good student, but is struggling with this particular thing or whatever. And then it spits out like a paragraph that's like a really nicely well-written feedback of the student that you can put into their report card.
Yes.
Which is basically the same thing as, your usage sounds more advanced than that, but it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah. It was an interesting experiment. I don't know. I might reach out to the RNA guys and
why
see.
wouldn't you use that if it's better content as a starting point? At least.
Agree. Yeah. And it's a time saver too.
Yeah.
It achieves those two things that a judge needs when they're judging, which is, but it's useful because basically you're saving time, and you are creating better content and better feedback for the judges. And then I started sort of telling it, where a characteristic such as appearance scores low, and there is conflicting judges' comments about, some might say too much haze, one judge might say not enough haze, for example, and just say where the score is low, provide the feedback about the most negative stuff and don't worry about the conflicting.
Yeah.
And so that stops that. And you just have the conversation and you just tell it to improve and it just does it. It's just fascinating stuff, eh?
That is pretty crazy. I wonder where it's going to go, whether it's going to be like judges using ChatGPT or the judging software just puts some of those rules in and does it itself. The rule you just said could easily just be written in code and it could just be every time it kind of does that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So it's pretty amazing.
Very good. How'd you go at GABS? It was fun.
It was good. I was so dusty because we had dinner with Mazen the night before.
Oh God, yeah.
We drank a lot of wine. Oh,
I know. Well, yes, I was there.
How long did it take you to get home from the?
Well, that's coming up in the 12 questions, so we'll leave.
Is it okay? Cool. But that was
dude,
really good. Actually,
so many people came up to me and said they're one of the 12. So many.
Yeah, it was cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
I had a good time with you and with Mazen, and we should do that again. It's really interesting watching guys talk with each other.
Why is that?
Oh, you just have very interesting perspectives of stuff that I'm interested in and past events, and you're both very insightful and intelligent, and it was just really interesting to watch.
Yeah, I've got a lot of time for Mazen. He's a good guy.
Yeah,
that was fun.
I'm just the dickhead just sitting there observing.
No, that was good. I enjoyed that a lot. Might not have been the best idea to do it the night before GABS, but
yeah, here we are. No, but GABS itself was pretty good. We just went to the evening sessions, and GABS was pretty good, and I had a good time. It was lots of fun and talked to heaps of people, and yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I had a good time. I couldn't believe how many people came up. Definitely more than 12. That was awesome.
I think so. It might be a multiple of 12 actually. So,
that's
did
possible.
they all want to see the muscle shirt?
Yeah, well, they wanted to see that, and I think had one person said they follow my new cooking TikTok account as well. So
okay, that's good. You've gone viral. Excellent. If you haven't seen the photo of Dan in the muscle shirt, not the singlet or tank top, you need to go to the Boss and the Brewer Facebook group, which is at facebook.com/groups/Boss and the Brewer. And you'll actually see that photo. So if you're listening, you want to see the photo, you want to see Dan in a muscle shirt. It's basically a Boss and the Brewer t-shirt where he's cut the fucking sleeves off. It
was pretty bad. I kind of didn't really consider it because I wanted to wear it to the meetup, but then obviously we just went to GABS after the meetup. So I was walking around GABS in this thing for 4 hours, which wasn't all that smart, but it's all right. It was fun.
You got guns. All
right. Not much. Oh, I think we have another copyright block.
Oh, come on YouTube.
Sorry. Let me find it.
We cannot get
YouTube.
another copyright strike, mate, because if we get 3, they will delete the channel. So we need to deal with this one properly this time.
Oh, God. Okay. So it says a copyright owner using Content ID has claimed some material in your video. As a result, your video has been blocked and can no longer be played on YouTube. This is not a copyright strike. This claim does not affect your account status.
Oh, okay.
You know what it was?
What was it?
It was that very, very brief snippet where we showed the TikTok video of all the Moffat Beach Awards.
Right.
And the audio was playing We Are the Champions.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So yeah, We Are the Champions, WMG. But then I did, so if you do how to unblock your video, because YouTube has a thing now, if you upload, I'm pretty sure it's YouTube, you upload video with content in it that it doesn't like, it will take it out for you.
Yes. Yeah. You can edit videos on that you've published.
Yeah.
And I think I do that a lot with my YouTube channel, because I look at my watch stats and you see dips in retention and stuff like that. And obviously you're talking about something that's boring, so I cut it out.
Yeah, right. But see, when I click on the view options, right, it takes me to a screen that says status overview, channel not affected, visibility public, and said content I did in this video is listed below, and it says no copyrighted content was found in your video.
Oh, okay.
So if I go back to the
does
channel,
it say you have to do anything or
no? So go back to the channel. So that was, wait, is that number 80? What was that? Would have been 79, was it? Wait, what video was that? 79. So that was episode 79. If I go back to the channel, click on videos, it's on there and it has normal amount of views.
Okay, so it's fine.
I think we're good.
It must have done a review or something, and it probably just got flagged by Content ID, and then someone's come and had a look at it and go, nah, that's fine, that's fair use.
Yeah, sweet. Okay.
You've got to make sure that if you're like if we do that, then in the recording, our faces have to be on the screen at the same time.
We did that.
Did you?
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't actually watch the recording back, but
yeah,
that's what I could see.
You got to make sure that we're on the screen, because it's fair use to do a React video and play copyrighted content, but it's not fair use to just play the copyrighted content.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, look at when we record it back, but I know when I saw it, I could see our faces.
Yeah. It's only when we're in share screen mode. That's all.
Yeah.
So, well, it's good. There you go.
All right. That's good.
Dodged a bullet.
All right. Latest ABAC complaints. We've got.
What do we got?
3. So someone made a complaint against a billboard that Lion had up saying that kids could potentially see it, which was dismissed because that's stupid.
Advertising too is new at the Castletown Shopping Centre in Townsville. Alcohol advertising. Yes. Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's pretty silly.
So they're just saying you can't actually target a billboard. So
no, that's right.
Yes.
Some fuddy-duddy out there's going, oh, you can't do that.
Yeah. These other two are pretty.
Billboards are part of the ABAC code.
Yeah. Yeah.
What, like the content of it, and you're not going to put a fucking billboard near a school or anything like that. Doesn't make sense,
Yeah.
What's this one? Cheeky Monkey. Brewing great beer takes years of hard work and practice. The hard work and the practice, and it's Steve Austin chugging beers.
2 beers at once.
That's what Steve Austin does.
Waterfalling, I think.
Is that what it's called?
Is the term. Yeah, because my kids do it because I tell them not to drink out of my water, and so he waterfalls it.
Okay.
And also it looks like the beers have been they're put in.
Yeah, they Photoshop their own beers in.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's just not understanding what ABAC is, isn't it? I mean,
well,
can't do that.
I think that the adjudication was fair, because it said the panel upheld the complaint, finding that the post breached the requirement against promoting rapid consumption of alcohol.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. And the next one. Oh, I didn't see this one. Wait.
Booze, mate. Liquor clearance.
Oh, sober is boring.
Sober is boring. Yeah, fair enough.
Can't do that.
Sorry, we're too drunk to open. Yeah, no, you can't say that.
There's a typo there in the article.
What is that?
Accepting the breach and removing the signs.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Carlton Draft, AFL footy tipping competition that the promotion run by the Fanzo footy tipping app. A free beer was awarded to winners. Tipping the correct margin was predatory, and marketing by incentivizing two of the most problematic things in society, gambling and alcohol, was the quote in quotes. Everybody knows that alcohol lowers your inhibitions, which would in turn make the individual less likely to be in control of their gambling habits of alcohol consumption, the complaint argued. Fuck off. I get it, but nah, that's just weird.
I think they agreed because it was dismissed.
Was it? Good.
Yep. All right. I didn't have that much news. I think I only had one more. Oh, the Perth Beer Awards was the last thing I had in here. Rocky Ridge just absolutely fucking smashed it.
Yeah, but the beers are so bloody good, though.
So good.
So good.
So they won I think they won the champion beer for the second year in a row. Because remember last year they won with Gradzitsky?
Yes, that's right. What do they win this year?
So they won champion beer, they won champion large brewery, I think, and two other trophies, IPA.
Yeah.
Champion large.
Yeah.
IPA, best India Pale Ale. Maybe one more. Crazy.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And these guys, King Road, do well too, because this is one of the breweries I went to. It's just out of Perth. It's fucking awesome. It's a massive brewery.
Where is it?
So it's about 20, 30 minutes out of Perth, like
in Swan Valley or something.
Kind of south, I think.
Yeah.
Amazing brewery.
Yeah.
Huge tap room. But yeah, when we were there, they had an IPA on tap, and it actually won the ABA IPA award the year before, the trophy the year before. And they've obviously won the Perth one again with the IPA.
Yeah. I'm just looking up where it is. Where is
and they won champion small brewery.
Oh, just straight west of Rockingham. Okay. Yeah, right.
Have a look at the pictures of this, John. It's like Sanctus, but like on steroids.
Yeah, right. There's some pretty nice breweries out there. Oh, that outdoor area looks lovely.
It's amazing. Yeah.
That looks very, very cool. Food looks good. Place looks good. Beers look good. Yeah, nice. Very nice.
There you go. Well done.
Yeah, so they back to back, Rocky Ridge, White Lakes, Champion Medium Brewery. They make such good beers.
White Lakes?
Yeah.
I think you mentioned them on here before.
Yeah. But they gave me a box of beer when I went over there last year. Nice. And they were just great.
Where are they?
Good. They are just near south on the way to Margaret River. So they're sort of near what is it? Bunbury, near Bunbury.
Oh, really? Why didn't I go?
You would have driven past it on the way down. It's not too far off the beaten track.
It says temporarily closed.
Hey?
On Google Maps.
That sounds weird.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's on the lake. There we go. So it's Rockingham, south of Rockingham.
Yeah. Yeah, Baldivis, that's where it is. Which is basically, that's where it is, yes. So yeah, it's not too far out of the way, just south of Rockingham, between Rockingham and Mandurah. And yeah, great spot, beautiful spot. Really, really good beers. And yeah, good bunch of people.
Oh, that looks cool. I wonder why it says it's closed. Hopefully it's not closed. All right, cool. Let's do the Hendo Reacts. I don't have much in here, but we do have a lot of questions. So it'll be mainly questions today.
Do you want me to share my screen?
Yeah, share your screen. Also, we're recording this at 9 o'clock in the morning, which we probably should point out, which is why we haven't said, "Are you drinking beer?"
We don't. I was out last night, and I don't think that I could. So
this might be the first episode that one of us hasn't at least had one beer.
Yeah. Well, let's not make a habit of it.
Yeah, true. It was your idea to record at 9 in the morning.
Yeah, well, it was either that or nothing. So anyway, let's have a look. All right, share my screen. There you go. Can you see that, mate?
I can see the read AIs and the fucking... Yeah.
Okay.
Got it. Okay.
There we go. All right, let's have a look here. Link 1, Instagram. What do we got here? I'm on my laptop, which is
Loading it. No, it should still
horrendously
work.
slow. Oh, am I supposed to share sound?
Oh, it doesn't matter too much. I didn't even know why I showed you this. I just thought it was fucking funny.
What the hell is going? Are they roller
Just
skates?
explain what you're seeing right now.
It's a guy with kind of roller skates strapped to his shoes, and he can. Oh, he walks a little bit faster than normal.
Yeah,
So it's like skating.
it's AI-driven roller shoes.
Radio. Well, what makes them AI driven?
Well, so they've got like 8 little rollers on the wheels,
Yes, and
they respond to your natural walking habit. So if you like kind of, walk a little bit quicker,
yes,
the wheels will go faster.
Oh, okay.
So if you walk a bit slower, the wheels will slow down and you just walk normally. And
you can
if you walk
power
quicker,
through.
you're just basically flying through all these people.
You can power through a serious amount of miles
Yeah.
with that. They look kind of walking downhill. They lock up so you don't roll down the hill.
That's
I'm
insane.
not sure how I feel about that. Maybe if they integrated them into shoes themselves, because they look like you're wearing sandals and socks.
They look ridiculous. That's definitely true.
Bloody hell. All right, next link.
Wait, was that guy carrying a pane of glass? Fuck, that was weird. Okay, next link.
All right. Facebook, is it a group that I'm not in?
No, you're in this group. It's facebook.com/groups/Boss and the Brewer.
Boss and the Brewer, yeah.
Anyone wants to join?
Oh, for fuck's sake. People creeping on me. Where was that? That was June the 10th. Oh, that was at GABS in Brisbane.
This is Brisbane GABS.
There's you. Is that you that I'm talking to?
No, I had the muscle. That the guy's not wearing a muscle shirt.
Okay.
Who are these people?
I don't. Who am I talking to? I don't know.
Yeah, you're at the Yellowtail stand by the looks of it.
Yes, I'm at the Yellowtail stand. I wasn't drinking Yellowtail though.
No,
but I was. I don't know who I was talking to. I was pretty hammered, mate.
Yeah, you weren't too bad. I definitely saw some people that were worse. That's not going to name.
Oh
names.
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Definitely some people. Some who may have been in the 12 who were worse.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Creeps, all of yous.
All right. So that's Damien Rigby. That photo, that creepy photo.
Okay.
One of the
This
12.
seems to be a bit of a habit now, is that people take photos from a distance whenever I'm out doing something. All right. Here we go. Another creep photo. Damien Rigby again. That's you.
That is me that time.
What was that flannel? That's the accounts flannel you're wearing there.
That's the accounts flannel. Yeah, I probably should have worn this one. The
dry hopping one. But that's okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to do accounts.
Yeah.
That's near the beer fan stand. So that would have been shortly after we got in there, I think. I don't know.
Yeah. And do you notice same guy?
It's Damien Rigby, yes.
Damien Rigby again.
Serial creep.
Yes. So
very funny though. Very
I like this. I like this trend. It's good.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't mind. All right.
Okay. You can stop sharing screen. I'm going to get to. Oh wait. Yeah. So that question there came in on email. The first question.
What was that again?
How does Ian Watson get beer so clear with 2 weeks from grain to brain without filtration? That came by email.
It'd probably be a question you want to ask Ian, but some of the things that I would do would be have a yeast that that can ferment fast and pass VDK quickly and all that sort of stuff. And then the yeast has got to flocculate. So there's a couple of ways you can get yeast to flocculate. One way is to manipulate your water chemistry. Calcium is generally the thing that helps yeast to flocculate out. Using a yeast strain that does flock out quickly is also useful. And then you can use stuff like biofine and that sort of thing as well. So
what about that Kavik stuff? You shared a beer with it, didn't you? Was that your Instagram?
Oh, this week?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really think too much about Quake or whatever the fuck they call it.
I thought you shared a thing saying you liked that beer. Was that you?
I did like that beer.
Yeah.
I shared an Instagram story basically that I've tried a lot of Quake beers, and which is the Norwegian yeast, farmhouse yeast, and that sort of thing, and they've all been shite, right? And homebrewers, they love it because it's interesting and you can ferment it at 35 degrees and it's fast and you can do a 4-day ferment. That's the thing. I don't think Ian Watson does that.
No.
To the best of my knowledge, that doesn't really sound like his style. No. But I might be wrong. And but this Quake IPA that I had, which was their which was, where was I? Shapeshifter Brewing's DDH Hazy IPA. It's bloody delicious. Like, because there was called Nordic IPA, and I sort of, my ears pricked over. Is it called Nordic because it's made with Quake yeast? And he goes, yeah. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
He just straight goes over, grabs a glass, and hands me a taster. And I tried it. I went, shit, that's really good. And I bought one, and I went and congratulated the brewers afterwards. I said, that's really good. That's the best Quake beer I've had, because every single other Quake beer I've had has been utter shite. So, yeah.
Well, shout out to Ian. I thought he was coming to Tipplers before
Yeah,
GABS.
you mentioned that.
Yeah, because his offsider was there and said he was coming, but I didn't see him.
No, I didn't see him either. No, that's right. It's beer festival.
Right. Okay. 12 questions.
Right, hit me.
Question, Stephen Keegle, who did come to the meetup.
Yes, it was good to see him.
Yes, he just gave a thumbs up. That's the question.
Thumbs up then.
So for the audio listens.
Wait, let me do that for the screenshot. Yeah.
That's the episode screenshot. Wait, let me do that again so you can see my thumbs up. Go again. Okay, good. Right. Cheers, Stephen. Right, Paul James, question : how many times did the Cook with Darren influencers get mobbed at GABS? Yeah, well, at least one. There was at least one Cook with Darren fan there.
Yes.
Paul Metcalf has fessed up. I think it was only one. But
how is that TikTok account going?
I'm 50 followers off 5,000 followers. So if you're listening to this, follow us on TikTok because I want to get to 5,000. Okay.
What's it called? Cook with Darren.
Cook with Darren on TikTok. Get on your phone, Hendo. You'll love it.
No, I'm not putting that shit on my phone.
Right. No, but the fanboying was definitely mostly Boss and the Brewer, 12 members, which was cool. All right. Brenton Shoemaker.
Yeah.
Question: what was the best style tasted scored in competition at the RABCA?
Rabkas, yeah, it was the competition I just judged. So Brenton's from Kickback Brewing down in Aldinga, just south of Adelaide here. If you are in Adelaide and you go down to, is it the Barossa or McLaren Vale, whatever the fuck it is down there, go south, right?
Both of them are there.
Yeah, both there, right. Okay, if you head down that way, definitely call into Kickback Brewing in Aldinga. The beers are phenomenal. And
I'm really keen to go down there.
Yeah.
I love it down there.
Yeah. And there's so many good breweries here. The scene here is really good.
Really?
Oh yeah. Big Shed's kicking goals. The Shapeshifter was excellent.
Yeah.
I had one of the 12 had Dave Lavin. He happened to be in town at the same time. We didn't cross paths, but he was in from Perth, and he said he was at Ladyborough and he was digging the beers there. Nice. What did I say? Shapeshifter was good. There's just, I know there's so many more that I haven't done yet. So I'm doing a brewery today though.
Oh, really?
Before I get on the plane.
Where are you going?
Coopers.
Oh, nice. Are you doing a tour?
I'm getting a personalised tour.
Oh, wow.
From Dave Medlin, who's one of the technical brewers there.
Oh,
and
nice.
And so he's good mate, and we hang out whenever we're judging and stuff like that. And I said, I've still never come past, and my flight's not till 5 p.m. And he goes, come by. And so I'm going to go by at 11 o'clock and
nice.
and go and check out Cooper's, which I'm really excited about, because they got the brewery and then they got the maltings as well. And then they've got that new that consumer experience thing happening as well.
Have they broke ground, because they're building a massive building and everything for that?
It's a big. So basically, they're putting like a pilot brewery, which is a 32 hex system in, right? And so get this, right. So if anyone out there has ever built a brewery before, knows that you got to do your floor plan and stuff like that, right? Which you would have done, right?
Yeah.
And so the challenge that they've got is that the building is oval shaped. There are no 90-degree bends.
Right.
So imagine the challenge of placing tanks and pipe work and all that sort of stuff in a building that's round.
Yeah, you're going to lose a bit of space, or you're going to...
or you got to bend curves. The steel, the Boilermakers are going to have a bloody amazing time.
That'd be cool if they did do that. Have all curved
to
pipes.
bend curved pipe work and stuff. Yeah, it'd be sick. It'd be very expensive.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and then go to the airport and jump on the plane. So it should be good.
Oh, that's cool. Adam Shell.
Which one?
Uh, not that one. The other one.
Okay,
By the
cool.
looks of that.
Yeah.
Question: does anyone know what I was doing between the hours of about 9 p.m. to close at GABS?
We saw. Did you get interviewed by Adzi at GABS?
I didn't get interviewed, but I saw him there. Yeah, we were hanging out.
So go and check out his YouTube channel, Aussie Beer Ventures.
Voyage.
Sorry, Aussie Beer.
Also
Voyage.
on TikTok, if you want to get on there.
Yeah. And so basically, he was going around, had Joel with him, and they were just interviewing people. So they interviewed me for a couple of minutes while I was standing around at the hiker stand, and it was blast. So
I think he put a video up going on that Ferris wheel thing.
Yeah, I saw that. He went on the Ferris wheel, and he's done a bloopers video and all that sort of stuff. So he's recorded a whole bunch of interviews with people. But yeah, that was funny. So
I think that GABS was the first time I participated in basically everything. Like I went on the Ferris wheel, which was just fucking stupid because those things are dodgy as. And the guy was fucking with me because he knew I hated it, and he just kept sending it around and around. I'm like, dude, laughing and shit.
That's probably what they did to Adzi as well.
Yeah, and then I went to the silent disco thing towards the end. That was sick.
Yeah,
and then we were like rocking out to the band at the end as well. That band was awesome.
Yeah, it's so good. It was such a good event, man.
That was cool. All right, Fergus Alexander. Should other brew pubs that have pokies follow Matzo's lead and get rid of them? I can't think of many brew pubs that have got pokies. Can you?
Not really. I mean, the closest thing, perhaps, maybe. I mean, Colonial Brewing owns a few pubs, but with pokies. Or, I don't know if they still do, but they own some pubs. But bloody good idea because pokies suck.
Yeah, but I mean, if they need the pokies to stay in business, then maybe not. But yeah, they can build a good business without them. Then yeah,
absolutely, yeah.
Prediction: Canada GP. Haven't been talking much about F1 lately. Oh yeah, we totally skipped on the last F1 race. Well, that'll be this weekend, right?
Canada's this weekend. Yes, so Spain was a couple of weeks ago. Man, Canada's such an interesting circuit.
19th. Oh yeah, it's this weekend.
It's this weekend, so practice will be tonight. Hopefully when I get home, and sit on the couch and have a Jack Daniels and watch the practice.
Nice. I'm looking at last year's result. Max, Carlos Sainz, and Lewis in third.
I think we'll probably expect the same thing. I think those Red Bulls are just fucking unstoppable. How's the new updates to the Mercedes?
Yeah, the Mercedes is looking pretty good.
They're pretty good now. It's very
Lewis is about to sign his new contract.
The
Apparently, they reckon $90 something million a year.
What's that?
Lewis Hamilton's about to re-sign with Mercedes
for $90 million
a year.
Because drivers' wages aren't part of the cost cap.
Dude, that is so much money.
What would you do with $90 million a year?
And do you see the deal that Messi's just done with like
some American
Miami or something? Yeah. And it's like a deal where he like gets ownership he gets like own the content and own part of the company and all this shit, as opposed to just earning a bunch of money.
Okay.
Because I think they're starting to realize that like people follow the athletes. They don't really follow the sport or the team as much as they used to.
Yes.
So he's like, well, if I'm going to go and play for you guys, I'm going to bring millions and millions of people to your brand. So I want a piece of that.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know what these people do with that much money. That's insane amounts of money.
Yeah. I'd probably go to the pub.
I never thought Lewis would sign with another team. That makes literally no sense.
Nah. And least of all to go to Ferrari or something like that. It's not his jam.
No, and he could do 3 or 4 more years, and he could just be a Mercedes ambassador for the rest of his life and just get millions of dollars just doing ads and shit for Mercedes.
Yeah. What sort of length of contract was he looking to sign?
I don't know about that. The last one was only 2 years, I think.
Yeah, okay.
So I think
silly season now, isn't it? Oh no, it's after
there's going to be much. Do you think there's going to be much?
silly season this year.
Yeah, like no, I don't feel like no one's really going to lose their. Like, is anyone going to lose their drive?
Oh, you might see. I don't know how long De Vries has got a contract for, but
Yeah, he did well. He did well the other week, though. I know he was sort of under pressure.
Yeah, I think we might see Yuki wind up in Red Bull.
You think so?
I think so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why?
He's just consistent.
Mm.
And he's he's very he's consistently around that sort of 8th to 12th place kind of thing.
Mm.
And he's probably taken the AlphaTauri as far as it can go, and in the performance of the car and that sort of thing. So I'm just speculating, obviously, but this is not Formula One advice, but
No.
but definitely, I think Yuki could wind up in a Red Bull seat in the future, which would be very interesting.
Do you think Perez is going to lose his job at the end of this season?
Perhaps.
Mm.
Perhaps.
You reckon they would replace Perez with Ricciardo? They wouldn't do that, would they?
Maybe. But they could chuck him out to AlphaTauri as well.
Ricciardo?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he's played it smart 1 year off the road, knowing that there'll be a seat around eventually, and just being part of the Red Bull brand and stuff like that.
I hope so. I hope he's back in the car next year.
It'd be good to see another Aussie on the grid, because I just can't get behind Piastri.
Oh, really?
I just don't feel anything for the guy.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
He's the guy who took Ricciardo's seat, and I'm like,
yeah, but Ricciardo was the guy who took Mark Webber's seat.
Did he?
More or less, yeah. At Red Bull.
Isn't Mark Webber is Piastri's manager, isn't it? That's
correct.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, payback. Payback's a bitch.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to Canada.
Following Ricciardo as the Aussie representative.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to the Canadian Grand Prix. I think it's a good race. So, yeah.
Yeah, nice. All right, where are we? Danchin over under, who got closer? I don't know what that's about. What's that about?
Didn't we have an over under? We didn't have an over under on price, but we had an over under on whether it would sell or get passed in or something.
Oh, did we? Let me I feel like we haven't done an over under for a long time. I didn't write it down.
Huh.
Spanish, yeah. No.
Just remind us what that was.
Yeah, Louis G.
Dan's got the over unders in a Google Doc now, so it's important.
Do you want to do one
about what?
The Canada GP. Driver of the day or something.
What about 2 Red Bulls on the podium or not?
Okay. Well, I'm going to go no on that. What do you go? Would you say no?
I'll say yes.
Okay.
I'll say yes. There'll be 2 Red Bulls on the podium at Canada.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, Perez, I think he's gone to shit.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think he's gone to shit. He started off so well, and it's just like Max is just absolutely embarrassing him at the moment.
Yeah. How's that score for the over under, by the way?
I think it's still like 5
How close am I to a Dixon Flano?
Where are you? How are we looking? Yeah, it's 5-5.
Okay.
We need to do more.
Absolutely.
All right, couple more questions. What have we got here? Is Dan buying another house to renovate and fill with love and Lexicon half? Maybe. We'll see.
You might buy something already established that needs a lick of paint.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, what's that?
Hog bristle will come out again.
Yeah, to be honest, having a house that's completely white with like 3 kids running around, it's kind of stressful.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if I would paint the inside and the outside of my entire house white again until
I had some more renovations done to my place this week.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So the the main electrical switchboard in the building was from 1980s electrical standards, which is not particularly safe, and we had them all upgraded this week. So I had to go. We had our AGM. I'm the chairman of the body corporate committee.
Yeah.
And because no one else will do it, and I'm the only owner who actually lives in the building.
Right.
And I said we need to upgrade this, so we had it upgraded this week, and then in a couple of weeks, all of the doors, the entry doors, and the doors out the back of the garages are getting upgraded. So
nice. The electrical upgrade would have cost a bit, hey?
What's that?
That electrical upgrade would have cost a bit.
Yeah, it was about $6,000. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
The doors, though, 13 doors.
Garage doors.
No. People doors.
Oh, okay.
So the doors going into my apartment and all the other lots, that they're all getting replaced.
So that's responsibility of the body corporate.
It's common property.
Yeah, wow.
Well, the thing is, right, is that when you buy an apartment, you don't own the building.
Yeah.
You own that's why it's called strata. You own strata, meaning space or air or something like that. You only own the space inside the apartment.
Yeah, okay.
Right. So you don't own the building. And so therefore
I guess the front door is the facade of the building. So
it's common property. So they all get upgraded and that sort of thing. So yeah, it's pretty good like that. So they're the two major works going on the building. They'll all be done in a couple of weeks, and then what we'll do, I think probably next year, is maybe a lick of paint. Would be pretty good for the building, and then the other thing. I think we can squeeze it in there. It's got the typical 1980s Mission Brown. Remember Mission Brown?
Time to bring it into the new era. It's time to bring it into the new era and get the Lexicon half on there.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I want to do that. I want to get some privacy screens at the rear end of each balcony.
Oh, yeah.
Because at the moment you go out in your balcony and you can see everybody else's balcony and whether they're out there and doing stuff, right?
Yeah.
Which is probably would have been okay in 1980, but not so much now. People like their privacy. Yeah. So if every balcony has like a privacy screen at the rear, right? It doesn't matter because you don't look out that way because you're looking out towards Mount Cootha. Then that's that would be pretty cool. And some insulation for the ceiling because it's fucking cold in the winter and hot in the summer.
You're on the top level.
On top floor, yeah. So it's basically flat tin roof.
Yeah,
above me, and I've seen the insulation. It's not much chop, so we'd get that redone.
Yeah, nice, good call. All right, Louis G. When is Steve Hendo Henderson getting back to scooters? I remember when this pod was all about F1 predictions, home and scooter renos. I'm getting nostalgic. That's a good point.
That's actually a really good point. And yes, I'm going to get back onto the scooters. I have more time now, if you know what I mean.
So this yeah. I'm going to try and find the date of when you said that scooter would be done.
We probably had an over-under on it.
We did. We 100% did.
Oh, yeah.
It's so far back too. Wait. Behemoth? UABC, better be... Oh, here we go. End of February.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, you better score yourself on that one, mate.
I should get 2 points for that.
No way. You get your one, and that's all you get.
All right, Damien Rigby. Who wins the GABS Creep Shot Awards? I think there's no competition there.
There's no competition.
Yeah, good work, mate. That was good. All right. And then that was just me replying to myself because it was 11 questions and I wanted there to be 12.
Did you see my schooner post?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, schooners, Queensland schooner, which they call a pint here in Adelaide, and then a Adelaide schooner, which is a pot in Queensland.
Wait, oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so they don't have pints?
No, then they have imperial pint.
Oh, God. But how's where both the places we went to on Friday with Mazen were pints and pots only?
Yeah, as it should be.
Well, no, not in Queensland. You should have schooners.
Okay.
Schooners is the only size you need.
I like pints.
Really?
Yeah.
Pints are fucking weird, but I think pints are part of the problems of why we, weren't feeling too well after that dinner. I feel like.
No, it was the 3 bottles of red wine, mate.
Right, Louis G, who had the best flannel at GABS?
Well, you were wearing a flannel. I was not wearing a flannel.
I was wearing a flannel, but mine was more of mine was the accounts flannel, so it wasn't. I saw a few dry hop flannels.
I think I don't own a flannel. I think it's winter. I should get one. Hey.
Well, if you win the over under, you get one bought for you.
Yeah, but I should buy one in the meantime.
100%.
I'll get a dry hop flannel.
Yeah, definitely. Or just get one from Gladfield. Get them to hook you up.
Yeah, I'll have a look into that. Why not?
All right. Luke Cooper, observation. It was great to catch up with a heap of brilliant beer people before, during, and after GABS. I have a feeling I was served the big ABV beers on purpose, though, for some reason. Yeah.
I saw Cooper was cooked.
It was good to catch up. Wow. Wow, this is a long question. Barry Cranston. Fortunate enough to be on a panel at Sydney GABS in 2019, had a saison with pepperberry and lemon myrtle, collab with Willie the Boatman.
Right.
Question for the panel was, what was the defining divide between legitimate infusion and gimmick? To my mind, the best examples are an excellent base beer, which is enhanced by the infusions additions. What are the views of fellow beer enthusiasts? That's a very thought out question.
About infusing fruit into beer?
He's basically saying when is it kind of a legitimate, a classy thing to do, and when is it just a gimmick?
Oh, that's a good question. Look, I think fruit's an ingredient in beer, and if you want to make something interesting and you think fruit can play a part, go for it.
What about the fucking pulled pork sanger or whatever we had?
The hiker.
The hiker. Pork belly.
Hold the pork.
Oh.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
And then Moffat Beach had their beetroot beer, and I think it's valid. And you know what? Sometimes you can do something to a delicate saison that makes that saison just that little bit more sophisticated and that sort of thing. And sometimes you can just be a dickhead and put fruit in a beer just for fun.
Yeah, I'm with you. And one of the GABS beers we did, one of the first ones we did was a Oyster Kilpatrick Stout.
Yeah.
And because I really didn't know anything about beer, I didn't know like oyster stout was a thing. I just thought this is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And it was a really nice beer. It wasn't gimmicky at all. It was just tasted good.
Yeah.
So
you want both. That's why beer is excellent.
Yes. All right. Now, final question from Erin. How long does it take to walk from South Bank to South Bank on a Friday night?
So let's do a little bit of an exercise, shall we?
No, don't share my messages.
No, I'm not going to share your messages.
Okay.
Okay. What was that place we went to? It was Ole restaurant.
Something like that. It was right near the Plough Inn.
Yeah, okay. So let's just share my screen here. Okay. So here's Brisbane.
Right.
Right. There's the CBD.
I can see
and
that.
then here's South Bank area here. Right. And we went to the Plough Inn over here somewhere, had a beer, and then we walked over to Ole restaurant, Spanish restaurant, just on Grey Street, which is one of the main.
You guys made me scull like the majority of a pint before because we were late. So let's just
that's fine. And here's the exhibition building where GABS was. GABS was sort of down here. There's Saccharomyces down there. So what was the name of your hotel?
Scroll up a tiny bit. I can't remember the name of it, but it was where that says Peel Street. It was right there, top left of your screen.
Up here?
Yeah, it was right there.
So that's like, okay. So let's go. Walking,
correct. Yeah.
Peel Street, South Brisbane.
There you go.
Well, it says 12 minutes.
12. Oh, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah, 12 minutes. But how long did it take you, Dan?
Well, it took an hour and a half.
Why did it take an hour and a half?
Well, that's a good question. There was some confusion about where I was staying to start with. Clearly.
Don't you make a note or I don't know, check your room key. Maybe it's usually written there.
Yeah, no, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. No.
And so what were you doing? You were calling Erin about a dozen times, trying to find her, and
it was at least it was at least a dozen times ringing her, trying to explain where I was.
yes,
And then her saying where we were staying. And between those two conversations, it was difficult to form a consensus on where I should go.
rightio.
And
so
so
the first building that you walked into on your way home, that you
Yes.
thought was yours, was it actually your building?
well, see, this is the problem, because where I was staying had like 3 towers.
Okay,
So like it was the same block, the same building, but there was 3 towers in there, all with different entrances. So I did make it back to the building, and then I got into the building, got into the elevator, went up to the level that we were staying at, and then was able to get out of the elevator. But
right.
our room was not at that level because I was in the wrong building. And then
What time was this?
this was about an hour into
Yeah, but what time was
it was about 12:30 ish.
1 o'clock.
It was 1 o'clock. Okay.
So here's random three bottles of wine deep guy.
It was 3 bottles between all of us. It wasn't.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So it in the wrong building on the wrong floor. And what happened when you were there in the wrong building on the wrong floor?
Well, I rang Aaron a bunch of times, and I was explaining that I was home, and she's like, "I'm pretty sure you're not. I'm here. You're not here." And then so we figured out that we were in the wrong building, that I was in the wrong building. So I got back into the elevator to go back down, but my swipe didn't work to get back down.
Right.
So the elevator doors closed and all the lights in the elevator went off.
Oh shit.
And I was like, fuck, because I fucking don't like elevators or heights. I think they're stupid. So I don't even like getting in elevators. So then I'm like, how the fuck do I get out of this elevator? And eventually I pressed enough buttons, the doors opened. So I got out of it again. And then after about 10 minutes, I was like, I have no idea how I'm going to get out of this building. I might as well just try again. So I went back into the elevator and the same thing happened. So I don't know anything about elevators. Is this like a security thing, or like how is it okay to trap someone in a fucking building?
I don't know about that, but it's fucking funny.
No, it's not. And then I got out of the elevator, and then an Irish couple got out of that level and they were walking past me, and I just ignored them. And then after like 30 seconds, I'm like, I shouldn't ignore these people. I really should fucking tell them what's going on and get them to get me out of this building. So I went and found them, and I was like, I think I'm in the wrong building. Can you guys swipe so I can get down and get out of the building? And they swiped me down. Then I went to the right building, and
wow.
Yeah. So to answer the question, an hour and a half is how long it takes.
Well done. Well done.
I remember my first GABS, as the saying goes.
Awesome.
Right, mate.
Good to talk, mate.
You too, mate. I'll chat to you next week.
Too easy.
Enjoy the Cooper's Brewery. Send us a photo.
I'm probably going to have a Cooper's, I think.
Hell yeah. See you, mate.
See you, mate.